Our first special multiplication procedure is to look at a binomial times another binomial. Now perhaps you've seen or heard the mnemonic FOIL as a way to help you remember how to do that. FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, and last. So if we're going to multiply the first terms together, then what we'll multiply is the 5x and the 6x, because they're the first term in each of the two binomials. And that would give us 30x squared. Next, we'd multiply the outside terms, which would take us 6x times 2, which is 12x. Then we'd do the inside terms, which are here, and that would give us negative 7 times 5x is negative 35x. And finally, we'd do the last terms. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. Now in this problem, there are some like terms to combine, aren't there? We've got 12x minus 35x, and so we'll end up with 30x squared minus the difference there, which is 23, 23x minus 23x, and then minus 14. So practice FOIL, first, outside, inside, last, whenever you're multiplying two binomials together. Now let's look at some other special binomial multiplications. Let's start again with 6x minus 7, but let's put 6x plus 7 for our second problem. Now this looks like very close to being the same thing, but 6x minus 7 and 6x plus 7 is considered to be a sum and difference. You're multiplying a sum and difference of the same quantities. Well, when we do this, we see that if we apply FOIL, we'll get 36x squared, and then we'll get positive 42x, and then we'll get negative 42x, and then minus 49. And when we combine those terms, we'll just get 36x squared minus 49, because these two guys will add out of the problem. Positive 42 minus 42, 0. So this one, because it's 36x squared, which is 6x times 6x, and minus 49, which is 7 times 7, this is called the difference of two squares. The difference of two squares. And this pattern holds up no matter what the binomial is. If you have the same first and second terms with only the sign changed in between, you can drop out the outside-inside terms and just look at the first and last. Now let's consider another version of binomial multiplication. That's quite handy to look at. We'll consider 6x minus 7 again, only this time we're looking at 6x minus 7 as the second binomial as well. So what we're really looking at now is squaring a binomial. Whenever you're squaring a binomial, and we could have written this 6x minus 7 squared, you can always revert back to this statement and do FOIL. Let's see what happens. 6x times 6x is 36x squared. The outside terms are negative 42x and negative 42x again, and then positive 49. So we end up with 36x squared minus 84x plus 49. Now is there a pattern we can see there so we can do these by inspection? Well, we have the first term of our answer is 6x squared. So we can square the first. We also have the square of the last term. So we can square the second term, and we get the positive 49. Now, where does the 84 come from? Well, notice that we multiplied 6 times negative 7 and 6 times negative 7 again, so we did that twice. So all we really have to do is say 6x times negative 7 is a product, negative 42. Double that, and you get negative 84. So what we're going to do is double the product. So the three terms of our squared trinomial, this is a perfect square trinomial, is to square the first, square the second, and double the product. And we're referring to the terms of the original binomial.